What's up, Nintendo Gamers? The Kid here with my general thoughts and impressions on some games I haven't talked about that were at E3. So I'll just be talking about the new Metroid they announced, Bayonetta 2, Xenoblade Chronicles X, Amiibo, and the codename S.T.E.A.M. So I'll be going through some of those, just my general thoughts on those. So firstly, let's start with Metroid, since a lot of you guys want me to talk about that. And I'm sorry that I haven't talked about that earlier. It's just that I've been a little bit tired and a little bit burnt out from E3 because I put up so many videos so fast, and I know my videos seem quite simple to put up, but I put a lot of effort into them. I do a lot of takes when rehearsing, doing the news, and I just try to make them the best I can and all that. So they take about maybe 20 minutes to do it. It really depends on how things are going in my life in general. At that moment in time, I may be doing other things. But anyway, Metroid. So Nintendo announced that they're working on a 3D and 2D Metroid. What does that give you the impression of? That kind of gives you the impression that they're making a 3D one for the Wii U and a 2D one for the 3DS. That's completely possible. That's what it sounds like to me. And that's awesome. That hasn't been done since, I believe, Metroid Prime, where Metroid Prime came out for the GameCube and Metroid Zero Mission came out for the GBA. Anyway, both were pretty much unrelated in a way. Well, actually, no, they weren't, because, at that time when Metroid Prime was canon, Metroid Prime kind of took place after the events of Metroid Zero Mission, or the original Metroid. So I hope that goes on here. What I would like to see, I do not want to see Retro Studios do the game. Period. I'm sorry. I've said this a lot of times. I don't want to see them do the game. I don't want another first-person Metroid game. I just don't feel like that's the spirit of Metroid. I mean, Metroid should have a certain look, a certain feel, and you should be able to see what Samus does. And for all the hate that Metroid Other M had gotten, it had the best portrayal of Samus Aran and her abilities with her Viera suit, and just with the suit in general and her, that has ever been put in any video game. You can say what you want about the story, you can say what you want about Samus' personality, all that stuff, but the way she moved, the way she shoot, the melee attacks, that was the best Samus we've ever seen, gameplay wise, for me, and just looking at her do all these cool, awesome things. That was the best thing, the best kind of look and interpretation of Samus's abilities with her power shoot, and her abilities just as her being kind of a superhuman in general in any Metroid to date. And I want to see that come back, in the next Metroid. I want it to be a third-person shooter again, and kind of work a little bit like Metroid Other M, except a little bit more polished and new ideas. And they can use that same scanning mechanic that they had in Metroid Prime, which they tried to kind of poorly implement it in Metroid Other M, but this time you can use the gamepad to do that, and I think that would be way better. You can use the gyro controls to scan things, and just those type of things with the gamepad, instead of actually just completely losing a lot of control going into the first person with the Wii remote and trying to scan things and not being able to move. This time around, you'll be able to move. On the gamepad screen, it shows a first person view, and on the TV screen, a third person view. I think that would work excellently, and also it can work as kind of a way to switch out weapons real quick, or whatever they add there. As for the 3DS, same kind of concept, except maybe no first person view or anything, but definitely if it's going to be a 2D game, like a full 2D Metroid game, I hope it has all that good stuff that Metroid 2D games have, with you being alone and you're basically in this labyrinth and you're finding all these puzzles and these items and stuff, these bosses, all that. I hope it's reminiscent of Super Metroid. As far as what they can do on the touchpad on the 3DS screen, I'm not really sure if they can do anything really innovative or anything really intuitive with the gamepad to make the gameplay experience that much better. It's really not much you can do, especially with the limitations of the hardware. But I'm definitely excited for a new Metroid game. I hope people give Sakamoto another chance. I mean, dude slipped up once, guys. Maybe he just made a few bad decisions. He can easily make up for it in a new Metroid. And I think one slip up from a developer who has been developing or had a hand in most Metroid games shouldn't be shunned just because he made one game that is considered by the majority as awful in terms of story elements. So maybe Sakamoto can not write the story, but I would still like him to be kind of the director or something like that. Just have a hand, you know, in it. But the last thing I'm going to say about this is that the next Metroid has to be a sequel to Fusion, period. No excuses. I don't want any more prequels. Let's move freaking forward with the series. And from Metroid Fusion, all it tells us is that after this, Samus is pretty much going after the Federation, because the Federation has proven to pretty much be evil. At least the heads ups, you know, the runners of the Federation, the generals and stuff and all that secret crap, they're pretty much evil. I mean, reviving the Metroids multiple times, trying to make them into weapons. Samus having to do their dirty work and stuff. It's pretty much pissed off Samus at this point. And from what Fusion says, you know, and especially Other M, which had some type of snarky like Federation guy, Samus is pretty much pissed at them and she's tired of doing their dirty work and she's just going to end it. So I hope somehow that, you know, translates into the next game. So this is going to be kind of a long video because I got a lot of games to talk about. So let's get to Amiibo. Amiibo for Super Smash Bros. Wii U. I've said in my latest update for Super Smash Bros. That it just seems stupid. At least the use for what they're using it for seems stupid. I mean, basically, you're pinning yours against another's. Yours gets stronger if it wins, and it comes back data. Okay, you know, that just doesn't seem really fun to me. It doesn't make me want to go out and buy it. But with that said, that doesn't mean that other Amiibo figurines in different games can't be fun and used in great ways. Like apparently the Amiibo figures are going to be for Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker. You can actually see the games that are going to be using the Amiibo feature, and Mario Kart 8, which I'm interested to see what they do in Mario Kart 8. But after seeing basically you know, your character gets stronger and stuff, it's just a NPC and stuff. With Smash Brothers, I hope, and I mean I hope, that there's no type of time trial or anything incorporated into the Amiibos in Mario Kart 8. But I hope they're used kind of as a DLC. I mean, I've elaborated on this a little bit. I don't want them to completely be DLC because it would be a little bit of an inconvenience, you know, going out to the store to buy these things instead of just having a downloadable content to download a character or something. You know, it just depends for me. But you know, if they're used in creative ways that actually help the gameplay and not just be something that seems a little bit just redundant, then yeah, I will buy them. Good, I'll be fine and dandy with that. But as of now, what they're doing with it with Smash Brothers, I just can't get behind it unless they're going to do something else with it. And I would gladly accept DLC with that. With Smash Brothers getting another character, and it actually works a lot better for Smash Brothers than any other franchise that Nintendo's has, because Smash Brothers is known for having trophies. So you basically have real life Smash Brothers trophies, and they're very detailed. I like that. But the thing is, Reggie Fils-Aimé said that they're going for a price for these $10 to $15. You guys already know my stance on that. That just seems like too much to me. I mean, okay, maybe $10, but please not 15. Come on, no. Do not make it 15. That would just kill me, and it would just really not motivate me to get it. Especially since it's just one character and maybe just one thing for there. I mean, I know they're supposed to work on multiple games, but still, it's just a little too much for me. Just make it $10 and we have a deal. I may not get them all, but I'll get some of them. I'll consider it. So with Bayonetta is coming out very soon, and you're also getting a copy of the original Bayonetta with Bayonetta 2 for free, which is brilliant and actually adds a lot more value to getting that game. You're getting a free game basically, and that's great, and Nintendo is brilliant for that, because a lot of Nintendo fans haven't played the original Bayonetta. So that's really cool that they're including this. That way you can play the original Bayonetta, and then you can play Bayonetta 2 on the same disc, or maybe they'll have a download code in a disc for you to download on the eShop, the Bayonetta. But you'll be able to play, and you'll be able to be up to speed and know what's going on with this game. That's very smart of them, and people have been asking for that for a long time. And whether Nintendo listened or they had that planned from the get-go, it worked. People got what they wanted for the most part. So I'm very happy about that. Bayonetta 2 looks awesome. It's not really my type of game, but I am going to try it. I'm going to try it just because that push of Bayonetta being in the case, being free, that kind of pushed me more towards the game. It's like, oh, okay, now I get to play the original Bayonetta, and I'm going to be caught up with the new Bayonetta, and I'm going to know what's happening. I'm going to know more about this character. It's just an overall better experience. It's like never have played a Mario game, and then Nintendo releases all the Mario games, like all the platformer Mario games ever made, is included with Super Mario 3D World for free. And if you've never been in the series and you always doubted Mario, that would probably push you to actually play Mario, because you get all those other games in the Mario series and you get to experience what you missed. You know what I'm trying to say? That's what I'm just saying, that it pushed me more to buy the game, and the game looks awesome. It runs at 60 frames per second, and knowing Platinum Games, it runs at 60 frames per second when there's nothing going on or it's not too chaotic, but that's fine. The action is always great. And apparently it's going to have an online co-op mode, which is pretty neat. That is surprising, and I'm going to have a lot of fun with that. And I think it's only 2 players though. I don't think it's 4 or 3 players, just 2 players. I'll have a link in the description to where I seen that at. And also, it just looks great. It looks great. Now, one thing that kind of tips me off, and this may kind of raise questions to some subscribers, is that I'm not really into a lot of witchcraft stuff, that type of stuff I don't really play with. I mean, there's some things I make exceptions to, like Zelda. Zelda has magic and stuff in that, but it isn't just in your face witchcraft, things like that. It's more like beings being powerful with, naturally powerful with these types of abilities and magic and stuff. As far as witchcraft, that stuff usually to me is pretty gnarly for me, at least, but I'll make an exception with Bayonetta. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm holier than thou when it comes to that stuff. Nope, I am not. It's a certain amount of it that really may tip me over to not mess with something for one. So let's get off that subject, because I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, what religion are you, the kid, or what are your beliefs? And those are questions that I am not going to answer. Just going to tell you that right now, because I do not want to start any type of controversy on my beliefs or other beliefs and all that stuff. So don't even try it. Don't even try it, or your comment will be deleted, period. So anyway, with Xenoblade Chronicles X, I mean, Jesus Christ, thanks Monolith Soft for hiding that extremely obvious name that no one expected to see coming, because everybody did. I mean, really, we thought, we thought it was going to be something Xenoblade related. So it's Chronicles X. It's supposed to be like a spiritual successor to Xenoblade Chronicles on the Wii. So I don't think any characters are going to make an appearance. And I bet you guys didn't see that reference right there in that girl's hair. So there you go. I just point that out for you. I'm not even a Xenoblade fan, and some of you guys didn't catch that, but I did. But the game looks awesome. I'm getting this game, definitely. Seeing E3, the treehouse, the E3 treehouse, played this game. It was amazing. I mean, it looked more like Monster Hunter in a way to me. Just some things look similar, and that's what kind of tipped me over to it. But I like that you can create your own character, their voice and stuff, tattoos, all that. And the world is absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful. Some people said it looks like it got a downgrade. I think they need to fix their eyes. There's nothing downgraded. This game is coming out in 2015. Unfortunately, not this year. So definitely, I think the graphics will improve. One thing I have to say is that the character faces are kind of hideous. I mean, they're not bad, but they've definitely could have done better than what they've done. They look kind of a little bit too just lifeless in a way. They just look too, lifeless and just not like humans. I mean, they look like humans, but they just don't look right. That's all I can say about it. But the game overall looks awesome. The only problems I've had is well, I'm just going to mention this real quick, but I know it's most likely or most definitely going to improve in the final game. There was pretty bad pop-in, for one. The AI, and I'm pretty sure they were probably playing early build of the game. They had to have been, because the AI in the game was stupid. I mean, they would twitch, and it just didn't seem like anything affected them when you hit them, or when they hit you, you barely even like nudged a little bit. You didn't show any real showings of discomfort from getting hit or anything. It just seemed really lifeless, and it really kind of sucked me out of the immersion of the game. Because it was kind of it just didn't seem right. I mean, maybe this game is like that, where you attack enemies and they just look like they just take it and like just don't phase them or something. And same thing for the characters, but it just a little bit throws me out of the game. I mean, when characters get hit, I don't care if it's with something small, I expect a little bit of a reaction, just a little bit. But that's really my only gripe with the game right now. I hope that improves, because right now that just really sucks me out of the game. And yeah, they really need to do something about that. So, codename S.T.E.A.M. Woo, woo. you guys are gonna hate my impressions on this. I don't like it. Yeah, I've been kind of interested in this game, wondering what it is, and it's kind of that whole thing is once you know what it is, you probably won't like it. And unfortunately, I don't like it. I mean, it's supposed to be like this turn-based RPG with third-person shooter aspects into it and other things, and you know, steam is everything, and your movement causes you to lose steam. Doing attacks causes you to lose steam and all that stuff. But it just doesn't look interesting to me. It doesn't look exciting. I mean, I like the art style. A lot of people actually hate the art style and just the look of the game in general, but I like the art style, but that's all I can say. Right now, the gameplay is just not doing it for me. It doesn't look exciting. It definitely didn't turn out to be anything that I thought it would be. I didn't even think it would be a 3DS title, but at the same time, really what platform it was going to be on was up in air. It's nice to see a new Nintendo IP for the 3DS, but yeah, right now it's just not doing it for me. It just seems way too slow. And really, I just can't seem to identify what parts are turn-based and what parts aren't. It just seems weird. It just seems confusing. And I've watched the Treehouse footage and just footage in general about this game, and yeah, it's just not doing it for me. So right now, I'm really not looking forward to this title. Not that I have a 3DS to look forward to it. So, yeah, so yeah, guys, those are my thoughts on all these things, just to give you a video that throws it all in your face. Now, I know some of you guys are wondering, my name is changed from the Kid Wii Trailers to the Kid Gaming. Yep, I finally changed my name. I told you guys I was doing that well, a while ago actually. So yeah, there's a lot of changes going to be coming to my channels and my update videos specifically, so you guys will be seeing those very soon. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about what I'm going to be doing, just ask below in the comments and everything, and just share your general thoughts about all these games that I presented in this impressions and thoughts video. So guys, thank you for watching. That'll be it for this video. I'll have more videos on these games and impressions as more things are seen and revealed. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.